what is this container with me like? What are some things to expect, and how do I work as a guide? First and foremost, I believe that you have the answers within. The questions I ask and the activities I lead you through are designed to bring forth the highest version and potential within you and uncover what is holding you back. The space is loving, non-judgmental, and many people describe my presence as calming. Yes, there are moments you may feel just a little bit awkward, uncomfortable, or even stretchy at times. And yet, that's the only way to grow. We acknowledge the resistance, we honor the emotions that arise, and choose to step into exploring your inner world more boldly. When you remain curious, open-hearted, transparent, and consistent with the work, you discover new parts of yourself and are able to speak in ways that at first may feel unfamiliar, yet are coming from your soul and were just too dormant for too long. You'll know it when you hear it. I witnessed many clients have this aha, that sounds like me moment, and it's beautiful. In this container, you are wholly accepted as you are in a non-judgmental, loving space. I do expect mutual respect for each other, the process, and doing the recommended exercises. The accountability is meant to help you maintain your momentum, and I call you forward to achieve what you stated as your goals. Sometimes I have an exact plan for a session. Sometimes it's fully in flow with my intuition. We are in co-creation. This is not a hierarchy. So that when you bring your full, honest self, we can adjust and refine to what it is that's called for in the moment. I activate, I perceive, and I guide, always trusting that you will know what is for you. All sessions are initiated with divine intention that the highest outcome will prevail. Now, of course, with my background of 14 years as a speech and voice pathologist and the last 17 years of being a voice expert, there are those evidence-based and behavioral change modes that must happen as well, and that includes in habit formation. You are here to unlearn old behaviors and learn new habits. New habits require repetition, integration, and then recalibration when life goes sideways. This isn't work that is a quick fix, and if that's what you're here for, this is not for you. The intention is to allow adequate time together to learn new aspects about your voice, the practice and the exercises, getting more comfortable, reflecting and adjusting as needed to the natural ebbs and flows that not only happens within the sessions, but also just with external factors in your life, and to prepare adequately for any situation that you're looking forward to, whether it's speaking on stage or that hard conversation with a friend, whether it's practicing for a TED Talk or feeling that you're ready for increased visibility across stages and social media, or having a clear, reliable tone and way of speaking that feels like you. So in that way, the right people are magnetized to you when you take this time to unearth the truest and most natural way that you speak. The thing you've always wanted to say, you more boldly say it. Your vocal stamina increases so you withstand the demands of speaking, leading meetings, running a business, or showing up in your audio or video content online. Or for those who are authors and want to do their audiobooks, there is no reason to have your voice go from 0 to 60, reading your book for 4 hours straight, and then expect to repeat that with the same consistency and tonal quality the next day. That has to be prepared for. So in that way, that's where the training and conditioning for all these activities puts you ahead of the curve. As far as the current one-to-one container, that is a 6-month duration. Again, that allows for adequate integration, habit formation, and those ebbs and flows. And keep in mind, in most behavioral change patterns, there's an initial burst of upward progress. You're in the zone, you're feeling it, you're seeing the changes. Then around 2 to 3 months in, there tends to be a plateau, sometimes even a dip. This is where most people stop or give up or think that that's all that they can achieve. But that's just the resistance talking. When you deliberately continue through that plateau or that dip, there comes a second burst of upward progress. When the concepts become more ingrained, the habits are more established and routine, and you recognize new aspects about yourself because you aren't the same person anymore who started this program. You've evolved. You continue to learn from the present moment. I've tried 1 month, 3-month durations, and even 6 weeks. I partially wanted to experiment to see what might work, what might feel good for both my energy and for the content, and what feels good to the other person. But turns out I also partially did it because of old fears that people wouldn't invest the time or money. And yet each time this happened, I learned the hard way that those shorter durations or those focuses on just 1 or 2 goals didn't actually serve the client in the most optimal way. It was effective very short term, but not for the long term. We'd be right on the cusp of another breakthrough, and then their container would be done. Or they didn't integrate as deeply as was possible. So I get that people want quick wins and they want tangible results right away. And while those do happen, I don't believe in chasing or focusing on those. I'm deliberately holistic in my approach, and to me, long-term results matter. And having something that's not just a one and done matters. So I now believe that making an offer just to make an offer isn't the answer. If I make you an offer that isn't the best duration for your needs and your goals, I am out of alignment and doing you a disservice. I'd much rather not offer you anything than to offer you something that won't fully help you achieve your desires. Those who are ideal and willing and ready to prioritize the time for this work, they trust the energy exchange of investing in themselves and seeing the results unfold, sometimes in ways they didn't expect. And they're dedicated to the recommended tasks. This isn't, again, something that you just show up, do in a session, and don't do anything with in between sessions. There has to be some of that intentional scheduling of where you can start to incorporate this in your day-to-day. You and your voice are worthy. Your voice carries truth and power, and so does our collective call for equity, justice, and love. This work is a sanctuary for voices that for too long felt silenced and are ready to be heard, honored, and celebrated. I invite you to step into this potential for yourself. And the easiest way to do that and to discern your goals are through a discovery call with me. You can hop on for 30 to 45 minutes. I do a voice screening, listen to what your strengths in your voice are, listen for areas that can be improved and enhanced, and we really dial in what is it you need in this moment. And if that's something you're ready to start working on in the next 30 days and get this process going, then you are right where you are meant to be. And that makes it even more of a good fit for you to achieve what you're setting out to do. Because when I provide those options of how we could work together, if we both agree that yes, this is the next step right now, and this is priority, and this is what I need to do, then this will help your voice rise above the rest.